is this one right here. And yes, I'm still on the frosted gingerbread stamp set, but I'm going to show you something really cool with this. All right, here we go. Hang on. I've got this tea light. I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to slide the tea light in here. And then, of course, I'm holding it this way, but it flickers. I'm wondering how else I can show you, but it flickers and you can keep it on. Hi, Erin, welcome. So here's one with the ornament. I'm gonna slide that back out. And then here's one with the bell. All right, and so we're gonna make one together tonight. I'm gonna show you how to cut your paper and show you how to put it together. I'm gonna give you some measurements and maybe you'll have time to make some of these before Christmas. Wouldn't this be a great placeholder for your Christmas dinner table? It would really be awesome. This is also the December Hostess Club project. So Carol Helms, you're in my club. You'll be receiving the materials to make one of these, okay? So this was one of our Hostess Club projects right here. All right, so to get started, we're going to be using the paper trimmer. So I'm gonna pull this out and we're going to need a sheet of cinnamon cider cardstock. That's 8.5 by 11, all right? Sue, this is awesome. Sue says, if you haven't made one yet, ladies, be sure to make one. I've been mass producing them and they are so much fun. That's so cool, Sue. Sue, I need pictures. You got to send me pictures. You know my rule. When you make one of my projects, you got to send me a picture. I'm so glad you're enjoying it, Sue. Sue is in my Hostess Club. So that's awesome. I'm so glad you're mass producing them. Oh, goodness. Hi, Erin. It's so good to have you. We're glad you're here, Erin, and it's always nice to have new friends. So let us know where you are from, okay? All righty. So we're going to get started, and I'm thinking, do I need to pull this arm out? I might. So I'm going to go on and do that. All right. So we're going to start with a standard sheet of cardstock, and I'm going to use cinnamon cider, okay? All right. Oh, and by the way, ladies, this is a great time to be making a list because today is free shipping, all right, until midnight tonight. So you don't want to miss free shipping. And plus, I'm giving a free gift as well, all right? Okay. All right, so here we go, all right? So we're on the 8.5-inch side. And we are going to score at 1 inch. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you can see that a little bit better. And again, we're just scoring. Okay? All right. So got a first score line in there. And then we're going to slide this on over and we're going to score at 4 1/4. And I'll zoom in a little bit more so you all can see those measurements. There's 4, there's 4 1/4. And we're gonna score again. And one more time, we're gonna move on over here to 7 5/8, all right? And this time I'm gonna zoom in closer. This is 7, this is 7 1/4, this is 7 1/2, this is 7 3/4. So the 5/8 is right between 3/4 and 1/2 inch. And so right after that 1/2 inch, I'm going to move over 2 lines. All right, so there I am, 7 1/2. I'm going to move over 2 lines to 7 5/8. Okay, and we've done all the scoring that we need to do. I forgot we were so close. Okay, so now I'm going to rotate my cardstock to the 11-inch side, and I'm going to cut it at 3 inches. And that's going to give me 1 tea light holder, all right? I'm going to show you how many you can get out of 1 sheet of cardstock. Again, we're cutting at 3 inches. And now I have my second tea light holder. Oh, Carol. Carol, you had a beautiful Christmas card, by the way. I loved it. I'm very partial to that set, Carol. So, all right, we're back over here at 3 inches again. And now, ladies, I have my third tea light holder. So you're going to be able to get 3 of these out of 1 sheet of cardstock, okay? And then you're gonna have this little piece left over, and I always put this in my scrap drawer and use it as scraps. Hi, Louise, so nice to have you this evening. All right, so we're gonna start with that cinnamon cider right there. And let me find my kit. I had made myself a kit for this. You're going to need a piece of designer paper, and this is from the Gingerbread and Peppermint suite, okay? So let's measure the designer paper so that you know. Oh, the first 2 score lines, Jeanne, are you ready? The first 2 score lines are 1 inch and 4 1/4 inches, okay? So 1 inch, 4 1/4 inches, and 7 5/8, all right? So now we've got our designer paper, and let me tell you what this needs to measure, okay? Because this will be the front of your tea light holder, okay? Hey, Deborah, I'm glad you didn't miss. All right. So this is measuring 3 inches across. And then this measures 3 1/4 inches. All right, so that's what your designer paper needs to be. You're welcome, Jeanne, no problem. All right, now something you need to know about this holder. This is a score line right here, and this is a score line. And this is a score line. So what I'm doing is I have just folded my score line so that you can see them better, okay? So I want to place my designer paper where it fits perfectly. And you can see right here that I've got about 1/8 of an inch of cardstock before it gets to that score line. So what I want to do is I want to move down to this side, because look, this one fits perfectly. All right, so this is the one that I want to use. So keep that in mind, that it only goes on one of the panels. All right. So now I'm going to just run the seal right along the back there, and I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to add this to the cardstock. All right, and this is Gingerbread and Peppermint designer paper. I'm working with the Gingerbread and Peppermint suite, pages 8, 9, and 10 of the holiday catalog, okay? All right, so we're gonna set this aside, and now I am going to pull out a piece of basic white paper, and this one is too big. This is scrap paper. It's measuring about 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. You could even do 2 by 2, okay? So that's really scrap paper. I've also cut one of my adhesive sheets, and I'm gonna be using these a bit tonight, okay? So let me just point out that the adhesive sheets are found in the annual catalog, and the item number is 152334, and the adhesive sheets are 6 inches wide by 12 inches long, okay? And they're 12 in here, so you get a lot. It will last you a very long time, okay? All right, so let's decide what I'm going to cut tonight. I've already done an ornament, and I've already created one with the bell. So I think tonight I'm gonna do the snowflake. So let me pull this out of here. I'm actually gonna need both pieces. Okay. Alrighty. Now with this adhesive sheet, hey Chris, hi Joanne. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna peel this off. One side is sticky, one side is a piece of paper. So this is my sticky piece. And I'm just gonna put it on my basic white scrap paper about right there, okay? And I'm gonna zoom in a little bit closer. All right, so now you can see, here's my adhesive sheet on the basic white cardstock, okay? Now, I do need to flip this over because I want to cut on this side. Whoops. And I'm going to want to cut where this adhesive is, so I already know that I need to be right here in this area. Does that make sense? Because on the opposite side, that's where my adhesive is, all right? And what I like about these dies is you not only, well, I'll show you on the paper, not only do you get the solid image, you get the intricate image, and then you can build, all right? So I love the, I don't know how you say that, intricity. I love the intricate part of it, okay? So here's the snowflake when it's layered. This is the one we're working on. And then, of course, we've got the ornament and the bell. But I just love how you can build these dies. And that's what we are about to do. So over here, I'm going to need the shape of the snowflake. And I'm going to cut it at the top because I want room at the bottom to put a greeting. All right? That's what we want to do, ladies, okay? And it's super, okay. All right, I see another mistake I made. All right. Okay. Let me move these machines out of the way. We're going to be bringing them back in later. Okay. All righty. Now the next thing we're going to do, and you all are going to notice that my snowflake here is at the bottom. All right, let me zoom in. Okay, and it should have been at the top of my paper. So let me show you a sample. This ornament is towards the top with the words here, and this one is towards the bottom. So I can put my words up here, okay? Thank you, Sue. I really need encouragement. Oh, boy. And you know, there's nothing wrong with my machine. I've used it many times on a live, and I don't know why it's not grasping. I have no idea. All right, this is the window sheet. Let's measure this. We're going to put it inside. This is 3 inches, and let's see, about 2 3/4 or 2 7/8, either one you want to use. All right. Yeah, I could flip it around if I had more designer paper. I could definitely do that. We're gonna try it like this and just put the words at the top. All right. I'm using glue dots here, as you can see, and I am just covering up the snowflake, okay? Yeah, exactly, Deborah. It's being finicky. All right. I'm not getting any snow, Suzanne. I wish I was. All right, so that part is done, okay? Now, I'm gonna bring my little trash can over here and we're gonna pop out these pieces, all right? Live television, I tell ya, you never know what you're gonna get. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and release that and pop these out. Also, when we peel off that adhesive, that will also pull away some of those little pieces. Isn't that a pretty snowflake? All right, now I am going to peel the adhesive off the back. All right, and I use my take your pick tool, and that lifts right up. I can pull that off, okay? So it's all pulled off. Remember, I've already attached my, my window sheet. And so this is what it looks like. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now we're going to close it, all right? So I'm going to take a little bit of seal and I'm gonna run it across the opposite side, all right? So not on this side, on this end, okay? And then we're gonna close it, and when we close it, we're just gonna close it enough to cover up that seal, all right? So it doesn't close all the way, all right? All right, so there we are. There is the inside, okay? So we have room for the tea light. And now we're gonna do a bit of stamping here. I'm going to use cinnamon cider again, or I could use Old Olive. I could use Real Red. And I probably need to grab the stamp set. All right, here it is. I'm inking that in cinnamon cider. And sorry, you cannot see that. Ooh, way too high. We're gonna give that another try. That's because I'm not standing over it. Sorry for my head. I just cannot see. Cannot see that at all. All right, so there's another one. Or I have this one. I'm gonna go with this side because I don't have any more of these. This die right here is from the Pretty Pillow Box die on page 9, okay? Hi, Rosemary, welcome. Rosemary, you haven't missed anything. I have done nothing but mess up this entire night. Oh boy. All right, and then we're gonna add it right along here. All right, so there's our happy holidays. And here's our little tea light. We're gonna put that inside. All right. And there is our snowflake tea light holder. All right, you can see that we made enough space inside for the tea light, okay? Now, some of the ladies have asked me, what if we put a glue dot in there so that the tea light doesn't move? You can do that, but then when it comes time to turn off the tea light, you've got to, you know, pull it out with those glue dots on it, okay? I'm sure that's what it is, Linda. I am a bit preoccupied. So that's one way. And then here's the other sample. All right, here's another one right here. All right, isn't the bell sweet? They're all so pretty. I love the snowflake. It's just so pretty. And then here's the ornament. All right, and you can see on this one that I put peppermints on this one. And these peppermints are from the designer paper, the gingerbread and peppermint designer paper. Now, if you want to see the frosted gingerbread stamp set, or if you want to see the paper, please let me know. I have it here on the table and I can show you. All right. So there we are. All right, but aren't they fun? So we have 3 different ones. I'll hold them back up again. Here they are. I definitely will take pictures. All right. All right, so there we go. And someone's gonna win one of these tonight. All right, you'll have to assemble when you get it, and it will not mail with the tea light, okay? You'll just get the holder, no tea light. It will mail flat, all right, so that you can put that together. But that's going to be one of our prizes tonight, so be here at the end, and let's see who wins it, okay? So there it is. I hope you like it. So anyway, there's that one. That's our first little project tonight. Are you ready to see the second one? Here it is. These are the ginger. Have you all seen these? They're the Kit Kat Gingerbread. That's the name of it, the Kit Kat Gingerbread. You're the icing to my gingerbread. All right, and then there's the back. Isn't that fun? So are you wondering where this box came from? Thank you, ladies. I'm glad you like the tea lights, and I'm sorry for my struggles. Oh, me. So I'm going to show you how to create this, all right? So make sure you have your pen and pencil ready or your printable so you can write down these details. Thank you, Gail. Yeah. So this is what it looks like close up, okay? And I'll show you the candy again. You'll get to see it. All right. So let's get started and let's see if I can do a better job. All right, let me get my stuff. I am actually going to use, that's good, Sue. I'm glad I'm the entertainment. I am going to use a different designer paper. We're still using the Gingerbread and Peppermint designer paper, okay? All right, so let me get my paper cutter. And you'll be starting with a 6 by 6 inch piece of designer paper. And I'm gonna go with this one tonight since it's gingerbread Kit Kats. And by the way, they're pretty good. They taste like they have a lot of maple in them though. Okay, so this is where we're gonna start with their 6 by 6 paper. Now you're not gonna like me so much for this measurement, okay? What you're gonna do is you're going to go to 4 1/2. All right, so there's 4 1/2. And then you're gonna move over to the right one time, one line. Okay, so that's what it looks like. This is 7/16, okay? So that is a really crazy measurement. I told you wouldn't like me very much for that one, all right? 4 7/16, okay? Now the next one's gonna be super easy. It's going to be 5 1/4 inches, all right? Carol says, I put Peppermint Hershey Kisses inside the jam jars, tied a ribbon around the lid, made a label that said sending Peppermint Kisses. Oh my gosh, they turned out so cute. I bet they did turn out cute. That's awesome, Carol. Good for you. Okay, so our next set of measurements, and I'll zoom out a bit for this because this will be easier and it's just scoring, okay? All right, so we want to score along that 5 1/4 inch side. This is my 5 1/4 inch side, ladies. Okay, so again, let me move, trying to get everything straight here. Here's 5 1/4, okay? And this is the side we're gonna score on. And we're gonna score at 3 inches. And we're gonna score again at 3 1/4 inches. Okay. And I wanna double check a measurement on that. Hang on. I'm 3. It should be 3. I think it's supposed to be 3/4. Yep, it is 3/4. Okay, y'all can't see this, so hang tight. Here's my score line. All right, that first score line is correct. It's 3 inches, okay? Then we're gonna take that score line right there. And do you see that 3/4 inch right there? That's where I'm gonna put that score line, okay? Right on 3/4. And then I'm gonna score again. Okay, So we're scoring at 3 inches. Okay. And then actually it's 3 inches. And let me check something for you. Yep, and then 3 3/4 inches. I am so glad that I did not type up these measurements. Okay, so one more time to make sure I give you the right thing. This is 5 1/4 inches long. You are scoring at 3 inches, and you're scoring at 3 3/4 inches. Okay? All right. Now, let me show you where that box came from. Does anybody have any guesses where this clear box is from? Any guesses for that? Okay. Well, it started with a acetate note card box, okay? That's what I used. Now, if you measure this acetate card box, it is 8 inches long, okay? And that includes the flaps, okay? So you want to cut at 4 inches, okay? Just cut right down the middle at 4 inches. Now, when you do the cutting, you want to use an old blade. Do not use a brand new blade. It will dull it and you'll have to throw it away, okay? So keep those old blades that aren't good for cutting paper and use it on something like this. But you'll take the acetate note card box and cut it right at 4 inches, which is right in the middle of the box, okay? So that's all you have to do. And when you've done that, you're gonna end up with a piece like this, okay? And notice, I didn't use my paper trimmer to cut this because I didn't want to ruin my blade. All right. Hi, Jeannie, welcome. So happy to have you tonight from Woodstock, Virginia. All right, so we're gonna open up this acetate note card box. All right, and we're gonna fold those score lines, okay? And we're gonna fold those score lines, okay? And then we're gonna fold these flaps, and then we've gotta fold the big flap for the paper or to tuck inside the box, and then we're ready for paper, all right? So that's what it looks like, and that's your half a box. Now, let's slide in our designer paper. It literally just slides in here, okay? That's all it does. Now, once we get the Kit Kats in there, you're not gonna see the design very much, but you may not like that design so much. So what we're gonna do is, we are going to take, and I need to get some more of my paper. Let's take this sheet of designer paper right here. Okay. And we're going to want to cut this piece of designer paper at 4 7/16 again. All right, and we talked about that measurement earlier. And then we're going to turn the paper and cut it at 3 inches. Okay, so we have a 3-inch piece, and I'm going to take this designer paper and I'm going to tape this right here, okay? And you'll see why in a minute. All right. We're gonna tape that right there, okay? We're gonna slide this in right here. Okay, fits beautifully. This is where you add your candy, and this will fit 5 Kit Kats, okay? And so now I can slide in my Kit Kats, and I'm gonna put them in so that I can see that cute little gingerbread boy. We gotta see him. So there's 4. You could do it with 4. And we're gonna squeeze 5 in there. All right? Now we're ready. Let's make sure our paper's all the way down. All right, what we'll do is we're gonna do it again and get our paper all the way down in here, okay? I'm gonna show you something. It likes to get caught right here, okay? Right here where the box closes. So you've gotta slide that paper all the way down to the bottom, okay? All right, let's do this again. Okay, so you can do 4 or 5. Slide that last one in. Now we're ready to fold over, okay? I feel like I've got adhesive on the box. All right, so we're gonna add some ribbon. This is the Real Red sheer ribbon. We're gonna add this around the box. Oh, I know something we're gonna do before that, okay? We're gonna do one other really cool little trick, okay? All right, we're gonna make a little border. Do you see this little border of old olive? We're gonna do that, okay? So I'm going to need this border right here. That's part of the set, okay? By the way, you can pick up this bundle tonight and get free shipping, okay? Now there's something else I'm gonna use, and this is an experiment, okay? So we'll see how well it works or how good I do. This is a sliver of an adhesive sheet, all right? Oh, thanks, Carol. That makes me feel good. I've done something right. Okay, so right here's my adhesive sheet, this little strip, okay? And I'm gonna try and dig up the end of that. And that's what the hardest part will be, is peeling that paper off, okay? I know, Jeanne, it makes it look really, really sweet. Okay, I got it. I'm peeling it off, okay? This is my sticky piece. And I am going to add it right along this. This is scrap paper, ladies. Okay, just scrap paper. All right, so I've got to remember where that adhesive is. And I want, do you see these points on the die? I want those hanging down so we can see them. So if I want that hanging down, I want the adhesive on the top part, which would make it about right here. All right, so let's get our machine here. All right, and while we're at it, since I've got to get out our emboss machine, I want to do some peppermints. So we're gonna do that as well. Let me find my adhesive sheet here. All right, and let's see. I'm gonna take this piece and put some adhesive here. All right. Okay. Then I'm going to do another one, and I am going to put that on this. If you'll notice, I have some score lines on this paper, and I don't want to cut the die where the score line is. Okay, so we're going to do some peppermints. I've already done the white circles, but we're going to need this one, and that one. All right, so we're gonna do 1 Old Olive and 2 in Real Red, okay? And I'll show you how those peppermints go together. It's super cool. Let me make some space so we can get our cutting done. I'm gonna zoom out. All right. This is where my adhesive is. So I want to be sure that I lay the peppermints right along here. My adhesive is here. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put that peppermint right there. And then we'll roll it through. Okay, notice I'm not using my little machine. I've gotten scared of it, and I shouldn't be. Okay, so these are all cut. They're ready to go, as well as this one. Now this, remember, our adhesive strip is right here, and I'm gonna put this border right here. All right, we'll see how much adhesive gets on that border. I have not tried this before, so this could be a complete failure. We will see, okay? We will see. We'll see how this one turns out. All right, trying to roll slowly so I don't shake the camera. All right, so here it is, and let's flip it over and check that out. I did something right. The adhesive is on those points, and that's exactly where I wanted it. So I'm pretty excited about that. That worked out. All right, we'll move that. All righty. And now we're gonna move on over here. I'm gonna take your pick tool, and I'm gonna pop out those little pieces of paper and get those out of there. All right. That's done. And I'm not going to need the entire strip, okay? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Girls, I worked on these projects all morning. You would think that I would know what I'm doing. That thing slid out again on me. All right, so with the adhesive, and I know that can be kind of hard for y'all to see, I really needed it on the front, not the back. I mean, look how perfectly I did that. In some cases, you do want to peel off that paper and just stick it. And you could actually stick it right to the box if you wanted. Let me zoom in so you can see that. So I could peel off that adhesive and stick it to the box, but I'd rather it stick on the designer paper. So first I'm just gonna cut it and get the correct length, okay? All right, so I move that. All right, and now what I'm gonna do, which is what I did this morning, all right? I am going to, and I'll zoom in some more for you. I'm gonna take the Tombow. Try not to get too much there. Okay, can y'all see what I'm doing? Try not to get too much adhesive there. That's why I wanted to try the adhesive sheets, but my adhesive sheet is on the wrong side of the paper. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, and you can take this out of the holder if you want. And I think that's what I will do. I'm just taking the paper out. I am going to flatten this, and I am going to add this. All right. And then I'm just going to hold it a few minutes so that it will stay there, okay? But I think this little scallopy edge does the trick. It makes it look super sweet. We'll give that a few minutes. Okay. All right, so that's ready. And I'm going to take these out once again. One more time. I'm going to slide this in. Okay. And then I can put my candies in. Sorry about that reflection on the box. The lights do that. All right. Okay. So there we go. There is that sweet, sweet little edging. I think it looks so much better with that. And now we're ready to add ribbon, okay? All righty. I'm gonna add this ribbon. Zoom out a little bit, sorry. All right. And that should be enough. This is the Real Red sheer ribbon. It is retiring. It is 10% off if it's still available, okay? I don't know if it's still available. And I want this a little bit longer. You don't have to put ribbon, but you all know me. I love ribbon. Can't get enough of that. All right. Okay, and let's see, where are my scissors? What did I do with them? Just had them. Okay, well, I would trim those. Oh, here's my scissors right in front of me. Okay, and so now we can do some embellishing. This die shape right here is from Hippo and Friends, and I used the smallest one, okay? Deborah, I'm so glad you like it. Thank you. Carol, I can only tie bows because I had 3 daughters, so I did a lot of bow tying on Sunday mornings before we went to church. So that's the only reason I can even do it. All right. So love this sentiment. It says, "You're the icing to my gingerbread," and I'm going to put it right here. All right. And then I can add this. So I'm going to put a dimensional right there at the top. I don't want to put it on the ribbon because when you put the dimensional on the ribbon, then sometimes it doesn't lay correctly. So, hi Lloydette. Nice to have you with us tonight. I know that the hippo dies are awesome, aren't they? I'm going to slide that bow over just a little bit more, okay? And all right, so that goes there. And then let's go back to our peppermints, okay? And I'm going to show you how to build a peppermint. I've already cut the 3 circles that are needed, okay? For our project. All right, I'm going to zoom in on this one so you can get a good look at the peppermints. We're going to do one large one in Old Olive. And by the way, Let me find it. I just tossed it in the trash. This piece I was using, I had more adhesive left. I could actually cut another one. So I'll keep that maybe for the next project, okay? You're welcome, Linda. Thank you for being here. I'm just peeling off the adhesive, okay? I'm gonna try and use my putty tool if I can get that off my finger. See, it wants to stick to my grid paper because it has adhesive on the back. Okay, so you're not gonna work either. All right, so that's our first peppermint. Okay, isn't that fun? I just love the way they turn out. Now we're going to do a medium and a small. And again, I could get one more small peppermint out of this cardstock. All right, let's see if I can pick that up. And I'm gonna have to lay this flat. Make sure that you all can see me. There we go. And I'm gonna lay that peppermint right there. So that one's now done. We have one more peppermint to create. And there we are. Now, before I lose these dies, I am going to put them away. Okay, so I need just a few minutes to get those put away because with my luck, I'll lose them tonight. Alrighty, so let's add those peppermints. This first one, part of the problem is I have adhesive on this grid paper and it's causing a lot of trouble, for lack of a better word. I'm going to put a glue dot on one edge of the peppermint. They would, Arlene, they would make a nice dinner setting, wouldn't they? It'd be just beautiful. All right, so we've got that peppermint kind of hanging off. And then we're going to take a dimensional, all right? And I'm just gonna go ahead and add the dimensional right there. And we're gonna pop up the red one. Okay? And then we're going to do one more, and this time I'll probably need a small dimensional. All right, and that's the little peppermint, and that's gonna go right there. Okay, so there's the little peppermint tree, excuse me, it's not peppermint, it's gingerbread. Gingerbread Kit Kats, all right? So that's our little project tonight. All righty. Yes, I know, Carol, glue dots are on back order and we're not able to order them. Lucky enough, I've got about 4 boxes, so, but yeah, I did notice that as well. Oh my gosh, they could be beach balls. Never thought of that, Gail. So the peppermint dies could be beach balls. Oh my gosh, great thinking. You're being so creative, Gail. I'm so glad that you all like both of these. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Okay. We're gonna do one more quick one, okay? If you all would like that. I know we're getting over time here, but I have another one very similar to this that I really wanted to share with you tonight, okay? So I'm gonna do that, and I'm glad you like both projects so far. Now, this third project is along the same idea. This is our 3 1/8 inch by 3 1/8 inch clear acetate box. Now these are in the annual catalog as well, and you're probably going to find them on the packaging page. And if I know a lot of your demonstrators, and I have some customers here, so if you want to look and see what page number it is in the annual book, that would be great, okay? But again, this is along those same lines. It's the same thing, and I'm going to show you how to cut your box for this, okay? So let me get my stuff straight here. All right. Okay. Now this time, we're going to use this designer paper. And these are the boxes that I am talking about. They're 3 1/8 inch by 3 1/8 inch, okay? And they're in the annual book. And this is what they look like. Now you're gonna take that old cutting blade, okay? Or you can take your scissors, but I wouldn't even use your paper snips because these are for paper. And you don't wanna cut into plastic and dull your scissors. You're going to cut off one of the edges, and just one, not both, okay? So you would cut it right here, which would mean that the top is open, okay? So let me show you what that looks like because I've already done that. Put this back here. All right, so I've already done that. I have cut off that flap, okay? So that's what you need to know about that box. Rosemary, you can place another order and get some free shipping. And by the way, if you order now, I mean, it's not guaranteed delivery before Christmas, but Stampin' Up! Is doing their very best to get the packages out. And they say the deadline is December 13th, okay? All right, let's get out that paper trimmer. I've got some more measurements for you. And this one is going to be 3 1/8 inch. I'll zoom in so you can see that. There's 3, there's 3/8, and that's where I am going to cut. All right. And then, and you probably won't like this either, here's another crazy measurement. You want to cut it 5 3/8. This right here is 5 1/2. This is 5 3/8. All right, and I'm going to trim there, okay? Now we're going to do some scoring. We're going to score at 3 1/8, okay? So I'm using my scoring blade now. And then we're going to score again at 3 7/8. All right, 3 7/8. All right, so I hope you were able to grab those measurements. I will be posting them hopefully by Friday. All right, and let's make sure it fits. Let's open our box here. And fold those score lines. This is just a smaller version of what we just created, okay? All right, and for anyone placing an order this evening, I am going to be giving you a embellishment that I'll be mailing to you, and I'll show you that in a second. All right, we're just gonna finish getting this box together. There we go. All right, and sometimes they don't want to cooperate either, so hang tight. Yay, I'm so glad, Becky. This slides down, everybody, just slides in there, okay, and there you go. All right, now again, you may not like this color, especially since it's against this deeper red Kit Kat. And so what we'll do is I'm actually going to add a piece of designer paper right here. So let me tell you these measurements. They are 3 1/8 inches by 3 1/8 inches. Okay, alrighty. And we're just gonna add some seal to this, and we're just gonna put it, this is going inside the box. We wanna make that candy pop, right? So see, when that lays against that, isn't that cuter? All right. Now this time, I decided that I would use a white border for this one, okay? So let's take a few minutes. We're gonna take our Tombow, move this here so that you all can see it. I am barely putting a dab on there, okay? Doesn't need much. And then I'm going to add this, just like this, and I'm gonna hold it. Give that just a few minutes, okay? All right. All right, there we go. So now we'll go ahead and we'll add the paper here, okay? Then we're gonna add our Kit Kats. And we'll add 3 to this one, okay? I don't have my Kit Kat in right. I like it to turn them this way so that the gingerbread boy is down so we can see it. Okay, we're ready for that ribbon again. I'm almost out of this ribbon. Love this stuff. I'm gonna tie a bow again. You don't have to tie a bow. You could tie a knot if you want. And you know what? I'm gonna do a knot this time so you can see what that looks like. Okay? All right, now at this point, if you all wanna let me know, do you need to see the designer paper? Do you need to see the bundle again? This suite is retiring, including this paper. So you may need to grab some before it is sold out. All right. So see, it looks super cute, doesn't it, with the knot? How cute is that? All right. Now, what I like to do, let me see if I can find my little stash. I have a lot of pieces and parts, okay? So I'm going to, these are different things that I've cut with the designer paper. So I'm gonna show you a couple of things. You could, oh, that's cute. You could put an ornament on there if you want. Let's see what else I have. I've got this ornament that was cut from the designer paper with a snowflake. So that's cute. I also have this snowflake cut from the designer paper. I've got this snowflake cut from the designer paper. What else do I have? So as you can see, I kind of just keep all my little pieces. So I think I'm gonna go with that. Am I going with that snowflake, or I think I'll go with this snowflake. That's what I'm gonna put on it, okay? All right, and I'm definitely, oh look, I already have dimensionals on this. I guess I was gonna use it on another project and I never did. So hang on. You want to be sure that your dimensional is top and bottom, okay, and not on the ribbon. I'm going to take one of our gingerbread and peppermint acrylic shapes, and I think I have one more snowman left in here. I hope so. Let's see, I saw one earlier today. Oh, there's a snowflake. Okay, so I put these on with Tombow glue. And do I have a red snowflake? I do have a red one. Let's do red. And then I'm going to put it right there. All right. So again, this is made just like the larger one, but I wanted to give you a second option. You can use any candy, by the way, okay? If you've got some peppermints, peppermint patties, I mean, you could do that if you want.